YouTube.com. It is the second largest search engine in the entire world, generating billions of views each day, with over 500 hours of videos being uploaded every minute. With these kinds of stats, how are you ever going to figure out what kind of YouTubers you should watch? Well, that's why I'm here today. See, I'm in a uniquely qualified position of being a 20-year-old with way too much free time. What I do with that free time is watch YouTube. Way too much YouTube. So I decided to start a brand new series on this channel called YouTuber Reviews, where I take a look at some of the most popular YouTubers on the platform and YouTubers that I personally enjoy watching, and go over their careers up until this point, what kind of videos they make, and what my opinion of them is. To kick off the start of the series, I thought I would start with Mr. Beast, one of the biggest names on the entire platform right now. So Mr. Beast, aka Jimmy Donaldson, is a 22-year-old from North Carolina in the United States. His current channel has over 47 million subscribers. But at the rate his channel grows, he's probably going to have over 50 million subscribers in just a few months' time. Now, Jimmy started making YouTube videos all the way back in 2011 at the age of 13 years old. His videos at the time, well, I don't want to say that they were bad, but to be honest, they just weren't anything original or eye-catching. His videos at this time were mostly playthroughs of video games such as Minecraft and Pokemon. His videos at this time were only averaging a few thousand views per video, which isn't bad, but it's nowhere near the amount of views he averages currently. Anyway, he didn't really start to see much growth on his channel until 2017, 6 years after he initially started the channel. This sudden growth came when he uploaded a video of him counting to 100,000 for nearly 24 hours straight. The video earned him tens of thousands of views in only a few days and currently sits at 21 million views on his channel. This was the very first one of his videos to actually blow up, and thus started the trend of him making these big attention-grabbing videos. He continued the trend of filming himself for hours on end, completing very repetitive and tedious tasks, such as watching terrible music videos for 10 hours straight, spinning a fidget spinner for 24 hours straight, and saying the name Logan Paul 100,000 times. Around the same time that he was making these types of videos, he also started making videos that would soon become the staple of his channel, which is donating large amounts of money to people. For instance, he would donate $10,000 to Twitch streamers, which now happens quite a bit on YouTube, but to my knowledge, he was one of the first YouTubers to ever do this. He also donated to a pizza delivery guy, the homeless, and an Uber driver. Also, around this time in 2017, I first became aware of Mr. Beast. I remember watching a lot of his giveaway videos in high school, and although I did find the videos really entertaining, they just kind of got old kind of quickly for me, so I didn't stay subscribed to his channel for very long. Since his donation videos were getting a lot of traction on his channel, he stuck to doing this kind of content while also performing these massively expensive and attention-grabbing videos, which took him from generating tens of thousands of views per video to millions of views in the span of about a year. It took him 6 years for his first major video to blow up, and then it only took him less than a year to gain millions of subscribers and tens of millions of views. Despite all of this traction, I still didn't really watch his videos at the time because to me they just seemed way too outlandish and over the top, and I didn't think I'd be interested in watching them. I have since gone back and watched nearly every one of his videos from around this time, and I'm really glad I did because each one of those videos was super entertaining and just a lot of fun. But it wasn't until 1 year ago when one of his videos in particular caught my attention more than any of his other videos. It was this one video that completely changed my mind on his content and made me go back and rewatch all of his other videos, showing me just how entertaining his content can truly be. That video was titled Planting 20 Million Trees, My Biggest Challenge Ever. That's right, because Mr. Beast hit 20 million subscribers in 2019, he, along with a fellow YouTuber named Mark Rober, partnered with the Arbor Day Foundation with the goal of planting 20 million trees before the end of 2019. Mark Rober, a former NASA engineer who makes these super cool engineering videos and who, at the time of a Team Trees video, had just shy of 9 million subscribers on his channel. Now, funny enough, he is actually the whole reason I found out about this entire thing. I had been subscribed to his channel for a few months at the time, and when he put out the video where he partnered with Mr. Beast, I recognized Mr. Beast from previously watching his videos and decided that anyone who had a part in this, I just had to check out. So back to Team Trees. Jimmy and Mark, along with the Arbor Day Foundation, of course, set up a charity fundraiser so that for every $1 donated, they would be able to plant 1 tree. Meaning that if $20 million was raised for this charity, they would be able to plant 20 million trees. Easy, right? Well, not really. Raising $20 million in the span of only a few months seemed impossible to me. I really didn't think they would hit this goal. However, with the help of their fans, other YouTubers, companies, and even the odd billionaire, they hit their goal of raising $20 million, and at the end of 2019, 20 million trees were planted, which is the equivalent of taking 1.2 million cars off the road for an entire year, which is definitely a huge help to our already severely damaged environment. Even I ended up making multiple donations at the time because this was a charity that I definitely wanted to get behind. Since this fundraiser, MrBeast has continuously given away money to either his subscribers or people in need. And I'm not just talking about a few $1,000s either. He opened a free bank in a lower income community and gave away $200,000, gave another $200,000 to people who lost their jobs because of the coronavirus, donated over $1 million worth of food to people in need, had a competition between 4 of his subscribers to win $1 million, and helped a local animal shelter give away every single one of their dogs to good families in just under 24 hours. And this isn't even close to everything he does on this channel. He also does these super entertaining challenge videos where he puts himself and sometimes his friends in potentially harmful environments for hours on end just to make entertaining content. In case you can't tell already, I am already a huge fan of MrBeast and his content. You see, when a lot of small YouTubers gain success relatively quickly, they lose their relatability, which is one thing that their subscribers really liked about them in the first place. But not Jimmy. Despite probably being one of the wealthiest YouTubers on the platform, if he stopped giving away all his money, to me he still seems like an average, down-to-earth guy who is doing his best to make the world a better place. A lot of big YouTubers love to use their platforms to show off their massive wealth to their subscribers in the form of house tours or showing them the new cars that they bought, which probably cost more money than their subscribers will ever make in their entire lifetime. Personally, I have never seen the appeal of this sort of content. However, it gets views. So Jimmy could have easily transitioned into making this sort of content instead of the content he currently makes, and he still would have seen success on the platform. However, he instead chose to use his money and give it back to his subscribers and those in need. And yes, you could make the argument that because he films himself giving away the money, he makes money off the videos through ad revenue. However, if he was doing this to make a profit, then he would only give away tens of thousands of dollars as opposed to millions of dollars. Now, I think I've given enough positives about MrBeast to validate why you should check out his channel. And although I'm a big fan of his, I'm still going to try to remain unbiased and show you some issues that I've seen with some decisions that he's made in his videos. Firstly, there are a few giveaway videos on his channel that I wasn't a huge fan of. Mainly the video where he gave his 40 million subscribers 40 cars, which makes sense because he has an ongoing series where he gives whatever million subscriber a bunch of one certain thing. However, I really don't think it's smart to reward someone who just recently subscribed to your channel instead of rewarding those who have been subscribed to your channel for a very long time and have continued to support your content. Or you could have even given them 40 million subscriber those 40 cars, let him keep the nicest one, and then get him to give away the other 39 cars to those who could really use them, as opposed to him just giving away all the cars to his friends and family like he did in the video. But in all seriousness, Jimmy has probably given away more money in like one video than a lot of other successful YouTubers would ever even consider doing. So I don't want to blame him for this decision. I just wanted to bring it up because it was something I noticed when watching the video. Another thing that I noticed was when he first started doing these challenge videos on his channel, he had like 5 or 6 guys helping them out in each video. And then lately he just dropped it down to Chris, Chandler, and Carl, who are 3 of his friends. Like, not that those guys aren't funny, because they are. I would just like to see some of the other guys come back from time to time to be in the videos with them, because I think Jimmy really shines when there's a bunch of people around him. Finally, a lot of people already pointed this out, but I figured I would mention it as well. About a month ago, MrBeast put on this massive creator trivia tournaments where the winner would win $300,000 to give to their fans. The D'Amelio sisters, 2 young girls who got a large following on TikTok by dancing, and much like the Kardashians, shouldn't really be even close to as famous as they are. However, they won the tournament because they had their parents competing with them, so for nearly every round, it was 4 of them versus 1 or sometimes 2 people, giving them an unfair advantage. There was also speculation amongst fans that the family was cheating during the competition. However, none of those allegations were ever proven. Now, obviously, Jimmy isn't to blame for this. However, I believe he could have been a lot stricter and told the parents that they weren't allowed to compete in the competition since it was only for creators. Not only would that have made the competition more fair for the other contestants, but their parents aren't even creators. The only reason why their last name holds any merit whatsoever is because they allowed their 2 underage daughters to dance in front of millions of random strangers on the internet. Anyway, I understand that Jimmy was trying to avoid any confrontation by not saying anything to them and try to avoid an awkward situation. However, it was his competition, and I felt like if he would have spoke up, I would have respected him a lot more for trying to make things more fair for everyone. But as I've said, none of these small issues that I've noticed with MrBeast's channel are anything more than a mild annoyance, and I really don't want them to deter you from checking out his content. This young man, God, I sounded old when I said that. The guy's 2 years older than me. But anyway, this 22-year-old is trying his best to use the wealth he accumulated from his videos to make the world a better place. He's helped the homeless, the hungry, children, lower income families, and the environment, and the man is still yet to turn 25. Frankly, YouTube needs more creators like Mr. Beast. For some reason, the mentality of gaining as much wealth as possible became a lot more important to people than helping those less fortunate than you. And all these big YouTubers, flexing all their nice clothes, houses, cars, and technology to their young and highly influential audience does not help with that notion. So for me personally, you have no idea how nice it is to see a YouTuber promoting the idea of donating money to good causes as opposed to spending it all on yourself. My generation has many times been called retweet activists, where instead of trying to stop an issue through spending your own money or free time, people would rather share these posts on their own social media pages to show that they care enough about the issue to raise awareness to it, but not enough to actually help stop it. And I would really like to disagree with this notion that we're all retweet activists. However, I see it all the time. So to be able to see someone close to my own age try to make a positive and lasting impact on the world is just incredible, and it makes me want to try to do more. Therefore, I highly recommend Mr. Beast's content to literally anyone, because even if you don't like some of his videos, at least he's trying to make the world a better place. And I sincerely thank him for that. That's all for today's video. Again, thank you so much for watching, and let me know what you think of YouTuber reviews and of Mr. Beast if you've ever seen any of his content. For the start of this YouTuber reviews series, I'm pretty well just going to review YouTubers that I personally watch or know a lot about. However, if there are any YouTubers that you'd like to see me do a review of, let me know and I'll check out their content and see if I want to make a video on them. Anyway, that's all for me today. If you enjoyed the video, please consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. It means a lot, and I'll see you in the next video.